I was standing in front of my easel when Maya walked into my tiny studio apartment and said, "You're wasting your time on art. You'll never make it." I froze. Paintbrush midair? The words hung there like smoke I couldn't wave away. This was my best friend, the girl who'd shared every secret with me since we were 14. The one who knew I'd spent the last 3 years pouring every dollar, every sleepless night, every piece of my soul into my paintings. "I'm just being honest," she continued, looking around at my canvases with this pity in her eyes. "You're 25, living in a shoebox, eating ramen for dinner. Again. While I just got promoted to senior designer at the agency." My throat tightened. We were at what was supposed to be a celebration. My first gallery submission. I'd finally worked up the courage to apply to the Meridian Contemporary Art Show, the biggest emerging artist platform in the city. The email confirming my slot had arrived that morning. I thought she'd be happy for me. The gallery thing? Maya laughed, but it wasn't warm. "Babe, hundreds of artists submit. Nobody actually sells. You know what you need? A real job. Stability. I can probably get you an interview at my company. Maybe as a junior graphic designer or something." Something inside me cracked. "I didn't ask for your opinion on my life," I heard myself say. She blinked, shocked. I never raised my voice, never pushed back. "Wow, okay." She grabbed her purse. "Call me when you're ready to grow up." The door slammed. I stood there, alone, surrounded by my paintings. My dreams, my so-called waste of time. My hands were shaking, and I had exactly 2 weeks until the gallery opening. The night of the gallery opening, I almost didn't go. I stood outside the Meridian Gallery in a thrift store dress, watching people in expensive clothes flow through the glass doors. Artists, collectors, critics, people who belonged. I didn't. Maya's words had been echoing in my head for 2 weeks straight. "You're wasting your time." Every morning I woke up to them. Every night I painted through them. My phone buzzed. A text from my mom. "Proud of you, honey. Wish I could be there." She was working a double shift at the hospital. Again. I thought about turning around. Going home. Forgetting this whole stupid dream. But then I saw him. An older man, maybe 60, with silver hair and an expensive suit, standing in front of the entrance. He was staring at the poster showcasing featured artists. My face was on it. My name, Emma Chen, 25, mixed media. He looked interested. I forced myself to walk forward. Inside, the gallery was breathtaking. White walls. Perfect lighting. My 3 paintings hung in the emerging artists section, tucked in the back corner. Not prime real estate, but they were there. They were real. "Emma?" A woman with a clipboard approached. "I'm Sandra, the gallery coordinator. We have some people interested already. Just stay nearby, okay?" My heart jumped. "Interested? Already?" I nodded, trying to look professional and not like I wanted to throw up. That's when I saw her. Maya, walking through the front door. But she wasn't alone. She had her arm linked with someone. A man in a tailored blazer, tall, confident. My ex-boyfriend, Derek. The one who dumped me 8 months ago because, in his words, "You care more about painting than building a future." They were together. Maya saw me. Our eyes locked across the gallery. She smiled. But it wasn't friendly. It was a challenge. Maya walked straight toward me, Derek trailing behind her like a designer accessory. "Emma, oh my God, you actually went through with this," she said, loud enough for people nearby to hear. Her voice dripped with fake enthusiasm. I couldn't breathe. "Maya, Derek," my voice came out flat. Derek had the decency to look uncomfortable. Maya didn't. "I told Derek we should come support you," she said, squeezing his arm. "You know, before you realize this isn't going to work out, I wanted him to see your artwork." She said it like she was talking about a child's crayon drawings. My stomach twisted. "We've actually been together for 5 months now," Maya continued, watching my face. "Isn't it funny how things work out?" Derek needed someone who understood ambition. Real ambition, not just hobby dreams. There it was. She wasn't here to support me. She was here to break me. Maya, maybe we should. Derek started, but she cut him off. Let's see what you've been wasting your time on, she said, pulling him toward my corner. I followed, frozen, as they stopped in front of my largest piece. It was called Drowning in Gold. A woman submerged in metallic paint, reaching upward, her face half visible. It was about suffocation, about losing yourself chasing other people's definitions of success. It was about them. Maya tilted her head, studying it. Then she laughed. This is what you've been doing instead of getting a real job? Emma, sweetie, this looks like a college project. Derek, doesn't this look like a college project? People were starting to look. A woman in a black dress slowed down, listening. Derek shifted. Maya, come on. No, seriously. I'm trying to understand. Maya's voice got louder. You chose this over stability, over us being able to support you. You chose to struggle for this? My face burned. You don't understand art, I whispered. I understand reality, Maya shot back. And reality is, you're 25 years old, broke, alone, and hanging desperate paintings in a back corner, hoping someone will pity by them. The woman in the black dress stopped completely now. More people were stopping now, pretending to look at the art, but really listening. Maya knew exactly what she was doing. You know what's sad? She continued, her voice carrying through the corner section. I tried to help you. I offered to get you a real job, benefits, a future. But you were too proud. Too delusional. My hands clenched at my sides. Maya, stop, I managed. Stop what? Telling the truth? She turned to the small crowd forming. This is my best friend. Was my best friend. I watched her throw away 3 years on a fantasy, and now she's standing here, hoping strangers will validate her poor life choices. Derek looked mortified. Maya, this isn't what? Fair? Maya laughed. What's not fair is watching someone you love destroy themselves. Emma, look at you. You're wearing a dress from Goodwill. When's the last time you had health insurance? A savings account? A plan? Someone gasped. I wanted to disappear, to melt into the white walls. I have a plan, I said, but my voice was shaking. This is my plan. This isn't a plan, Emma. This is a breakdown. The gallery went quieter. Even the music seemed to stop. Maya stepped closer, her voice dropping to something almost tender. Almost cruel. I'm saying this because I care. You need help. Professional help. This obsession with art, with proving something, it's not healthy. You're not special. You're not going to be discovered. You're just sad. Tears burned behind my eyes. Nobody was defending me. Nobody was saying anything. The woman in the black dress was writing something in a notebook. Derek finally pulled Maya's arm. We should go. We should, Maya agreed. She looked at me one last time. Call me when you're ready to admit I was right. I'll still help you. That's what real friends do. They turned to leave, and that's when I saw him again, the silver-haired man from outside. He'd been standing there the whole time, listening to everything. He was looking at my painting. Then he looked at me, and he smiled. Maya and Derek disappeared into the crowd. I stood there alone, feeling like everyone's eyes were still on me, judging, pitying. The woman in the black dress walked away, her notebook tucked under her arm. I wanted to run. Just leave. Pretend this never happened. Maya was right. What was I doing here? Playing artist in a world that didn't want me. My phone buzzed. A text from Maya. That was hard, but you needed to hear it. Love you. Love. I felt sick. Sandra, the gallery coordinator, approached with an expression I couldn't read. Concern? Embarrassment? Emma, are you okay? She asked quietly. I nodded, not trusting my voice. Listen, maybe you should take a break. Step outside, get some air. Her tone was gentle. The kind of gentle you use with someone who's breaking. Did I ruin everything? I whispered. She hesitated. No, but drama isn't great for sales. People come here to enjoy art, not personal conflicts. There it was. I'd failed before I'd even started. I'm sorry, I said. Don't apologize. Just breathe. She squeezed my shoulder and walked away. I was alone in my corner. My 3 paintings hanging like evidence of my delusion. Drowning in Gold, Fractured Roots, Silent Scream. Titles that suddenly felt embarrassingly on the nose. My entire life was in these paintings and nobody cared. I pulled out my phone, staring at Maya's text. 3 years of friendship gone. Because I wouldn't give up on myself. Or maybe because I was too stupid to see reality. I started composing a response. You're right. I'm sorry. My thumb hovered over send. Excuse me. A voice. Deep. Calm. I looked up. The silver-haired man was standing directly in front of me now. Up close, he was even more distinguished. Expensive watch. Italian shoes. The kind of person who bought art, not made it. Yes, my voice cracked. He extended his hand. My name is Richard Castellano. I own Castellano Gallery in Manhattan. Manhattan. My heart stopped. I'd like to talk to you about your work. I stared at his hand like it might disappear. Richard Castellano. I knew that name. Every artist knew that name. He'd launched careers. Turned unknowns into 6-figure sellers. His gallery was legendary. I'm Emma, I stammered, shaking his hand. I know. He smiled. I've been watching your work since you submitted. Sandra sent me your portfolio 3 weeks ago. I came tonight specifically to see these pieces in person. My brain couldn't process this. You came for me? For your art, he corrected gently. Though after that spectacle, I'm also here for you as a person. That woman, your friend, she was wrong about everything. Tears threatened again, but different ones. She said I was wasting my time. She said that because your talent terrifies her, Richard said simply. He turned to Drowning in Gold, studying it with an intensity that made me hold my breath. This piece? Tell me about it. I swallowed. It's about suffocation. About people who measure success in money and status and can't see that some of us are dying inside their definition of winning. He nodded slowly. How much are you selling it for? $800, I whispered. Sandra had helped me price them. Low enough to sell. High enough to be taken seriously. It's worth 50 times that. I actually laughed. Nerves. Shock. Disbelief. Mr. Castellano, I appreciate... Richard. And I'm not flattering you. He pulled out his phone. I want to buy all 3 pieces. Tonight. But more importantly, I want to offer you a solo show at my Manhattan gallery. 3 months from now. Full exhibition, marketing, press, everything. The room tilted. You're joking. I don't joke about art. He showed me his phone. An email draft. To his team. Subject line. New artist acquisition. Emma Chen, priority. This wasn't happening. Why? I breathed. Because you paint like someone who has something to say. And the world is full of people who paint like they're trying to match their couch. He looked at me seriously. But I need to know you're ready. That woman tried to destroy you in front of everyone. Some people would crumble, would quit. I'm not quitting. Good. He extended his hand again. Then let's discuss terms. Behind him, I saw Maya and Derek re-entering the gallery. They'd come back. Maya froze when she saw me talking to Richard. I watched her eyes move from his expensive suit to the way he was standing close, speaking to me like I mattered. Like I was someone... She walked over, Derek reluctantly following. Emma, we felt bad about earlier, Maya started, her voice sticky sweet now. I think I came on too strong. You know I just worry about you. Richard turned, giving her a polite but cold smile. And you are? He asked. Maya Park. I'm Emma's best friend. I work in design at... The person who just publicly humiliated her, Richard interrupted smoothly. Maya's smile faltered. I'm sorry, who are you? Richard Castellano. I own Castellano Gallery in Manhattan. I watched the color drain from Maya's face. Even Derek's eyes went wide. Oh, wow. I've heard of... Maya tried to recover. I'm sure you have. Richard's tone could cut glass. I was just offering Emma a solo exhibition. Her work is extraordinary. Though I imagine you already knew that, being her best friend. The emphasis on best friend was sharp. Maya looked at me, then at Richard, processing. A solo show? Emma, that's amazing. See? I told you something good would happen if you just believed in yourself. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You told me I was wasting my time, I said quietly. You said this was a breakdown. Emma, I was being tough love. You were being cruel, Richard said flatly. There's a difference. Miss Park, I've been in this industry for 30 years. I've seen every kind of person. The ones who build others up, and the ones who tear them down to feel bigger. You're the second kind. Maya's face flushed red. You don't know anything about our friendship. I know what I saw. I know what I heard. He turned to Derek. And you. You must be the ex-boyfriend who dumped her for not having ambition. Derek shifted uncomfortably. Look, man, that's personal. It became public the moment you walked in here with her. Richard gestured to Maya. Parading around like you'd won something. Here's what's actually happening. Emma's about to have a career most artists only dream of. Her opening piece will sell for $40,000. Minimum. Maya's mouth fell open. 40,000? She repeated. Conservative estimate, Richard confirmed. So when she's flying to Manhattan for gallery meetings, remember you called it a waste of time. Maya's hands were shaking now. I could see it. Emma, wait, let me explain, she started. Explain what? My voice came out stronger than I expected. Explain how you've been sleeping with my ex-boyfriend for 5 months and didn't tell me? Explain how you came here tonight to humiliate me in front of everyone? I came here to help you see reality. No. Richard stepped forward. You came here to make yourself feel superior. I know this because I heard everything, including the part where you called her delusional. Sad, in need of professional help. Derek finally spoke. Maya, maybe we should just go. No, I want to understand. Maya's voice was rising, defensive. You're telling me that her paintings, the ones she made in that tiny apartment while eating ramen, are worth $40,000? How is that possible? Because talent doesn't care about your bank account, Richard said simply. That's when Sandra appeared, walking quickly toward us. She looked flustered. Richard, Emma, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but... She paused, catching her breath. That woman in the black dress earlier. The one taking notes? My stomach dropped. What about her? She's Victoria Hayes, from the Modern Art Review. She just published something. Sandra held up her phone. Richard took it, his eyes scanning. Then he smiled. Actually smiled. Emma, you need to see this. He handed me the phone. The article headline read, Emerging Artist Faces Public Humiliation, Reveals the Soul of Her Generation. I started reading. Tonight at the Meridian Gallery, I witnessed something rare, an artist who paints truth. Emma Chen's Drowning in Gold is a masterpiece of modern anxiety. But more telling was watching the artist herself face cruelty from someone claiming to be a friend. The contrast between the jealousy on display and the quiet dignity of the artist revealed everything about why Chen's work matters. She paints what we live, suffocation, betrayal, the cost of choosing authenticity. Her tormentor proved the thesis of her art. My hands were trembling as I kept reading. In a world of manufactured personalities, Emma Chen is devastatingly real. Mark my words, you'll be hearing this name for years to come. Her work doesn't just deserve to sell. It demands to be seen. Maya grabbed for the phone. Let me see that. I pulled it back. She wrote about you two, I said quietly. She called you a cautionary tale. The article was already spreading. Sandra's phone kept buzzing. Notifications, shares, comments. Emma, people are asking about your work, Sandra said, her voice excited now. We're getting inquiries. Serious inquiries. Richard was already on his phone. I'm having my team prepare contracts. Emma, we need to move quickly. This kind of momentum is gold. Maya stood there frozen, watching everything slip away from her. The narrative she'd tried to create, sad, delusional artist, was crumbling, replaced by something else entirely. This is insane, Maya whispered. This can't be real. It's very real, Richard said, not even looking at her. Emma, I'm purchasing all 3 pieces tonight. $25,000 for Drowning in Gold. $15,000 each for the other 2. $55,000 total. I couldn't breathe. $55,000. 3 weeks ago, I had $200 in my bank account. Additionally, the Manhattan show will have a 20-piece minimum. I'm offering you a $50,000 advance to create new work. Studio space included. Full promotion. You'll need to quit any day jobs and focus entirely on painting. I don't have a day job, I said, my voice barely working. Perfect, he smiled. Then you can start immediately. Maya's face had gone completely white. Emma, this is incredible. I'm so happy for you. See, I always knew you had talent. Remember when I said, "Stop," I cut her off. Everyone looked at me. Don't you dare try to rewrite history, I said, my voice steady now. You didn't believe in me. You called me sad, delusional. You said I needed professional help. You brought my ex-boyfriend here to parade your relationship in front of me while I was at my most vulnerable. Emma, I was just trying to protect you. You were trying to break me so you could feel better about your own choices. The words echoed through the gallery. People had stopped pretending not to listen. They were openly watching now. I gave up everything for art, I continued. Relationships, stability, sleep. I painted through doubt, through poverty, through people like you telling me I was wasting my time. And you know what? I was right, and you were wrong. Derek touched Maya's arm. We should really go. Yes, you should, Richard agreed. Before security escorts you out. Maya's eyes filled with tears. Real ones this time. Emma, please. We've been friends for 11 years. Had been, I corrected softly. 3 months later, I stood in Richard's Manhattan gallery, surrounded by my paintings. The opening night crowd was massive. Critics, collectors, people who actually understood art. My phone buzzed. A text from Maya. I saw the article in Art Forum. I'm proud of you. Can we talk? I didn't respond. Some bridges burn for a reason. Emma? Richard appeared beside me, champagne in hand. There's someone who wants to meet you. He led me to a woman in her 60s, elegant, powerful-looking. Emma Chen, this is Catherine Wu. She's a collector from Singapore. Catherine smiled warmth. Your work speaks to something universal. The courage to choose yourself. I'd like to purchase 4 pieces for my private collection. 4 pieces. My hands were steady now. Professional. I'd be honored. As Catherine walked away to discuss details with Richard's team, I looked around the gallery. Every single painting had a red dot. Sold. 20 pieces. Gone in the first hour? The total? Just over $800,000. I thought about texting Maya back, telling her the number, proving something, but I didn't need to prove anything anymore. My phone buzzed again. My mom, watching the live stream from the hospital break room. Baby, you did it. I'm crying. So proud. That's the text that mattered.